Alright. Exit corners. Chapter 14. Chapter 14. The nature of playing. Skip. So, why'd you change your mind?
It was Lisa. She helped me realize something. Me? What do you mean? You helped me realize that I can still help the rest of you escape. You came back to get Ink because he's good at solving those puzzles, I can help with the puzzles too. For me to die right now would be selfish. Once the lot of you have made it out safely, then I can worry about dying.
The group shared an uneasy silence. Ink was happy Beth had changed her mind, but something about the whole situation felt off. How did Beth manage to leave that room all on her own? How is she still standing even? I could barely move back there.
I'm glad you're still with us, Beth. So am I. Thank goodness I came to my senses when I did. What are we waiting for then? Let's try to walk off the effects of the nitrous oxide at least.
I'm with you on that one. Ray flashed a green keycard in Beth's direction. While we're at it, let's pop this sucker into a terminal and see what's behind door number 2. Yikes, I almost forgot about the key. Good thing Ray remembered to pick it up. Sean, jeez, feels like forever since he last messaged me.
Do you want to get that before we head back?
I can walk and type at the same time. Let's just go. Let's see if Sean found something out.
Ink, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm being followed.
Seriously? Who's tailing you?
Hard to tell, but I'm definitely being followed. It's just one person, but they've been following me since I left your place, I think.
Where are you right now?
I'm on campus, at the cafe outside the library. I'm going to try sticking to public places for now. I don't know if they'd try anything out in the open.
That's a good idea. Think this person is related to what's happening to me?
I fucking hope not. How are you holding up, by the way? Everyone's still alive?
Yeah, we've had a few scares, but everyone is still in one piece.
That's good. Haven't had any other panic attacks?
No, thankfully.
What about that Ather girl? She's still doing alright?
She's fine. Worry about yourself right now. I wish there was something I could do to help you, but I'm still trapped in here, so you're sort of on your own.
There is something you can do, which is why I messaged you. You said the others had their own Gemini, right? Let them know about me. I might not be the only contact who's being followed.
Right, I'll do that. Message me when you know you're safe. If at all possible, see if you can learn anything about the person following you. Be careful though.
I'll do my best. Let's beat this thing.
You know I want to.
Good luck to both of us then. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Before he knew it, Ink and the other contestants found themselves back in the central chamber. The room was as I'd left it, with one obvious exception. Damn, our time is just about halfway up. Wonder if this one runs out. Well, that answers that. Hey, did the keycard work? Yep. Stuck her in that terminal over there and the red door unlocked itself. We were just waiting for you to finish up before we headed in. Cool. Mind if we sit down for a minute? It might be a good idea for everyone to clear their heads a bit. Ink turned his head to Beth.
Something the matter?
Sorry, it's just, you were pretty close to doing something drastic. I want to make sure you're doing better.
Much better, thank you. I'd like to apologize for my behavior earlier. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I didn't mean to frighten anyone. I suppose that was Sen's plan, to have me die in that room. How close he was. He got into my head and knew exactly how I'd react.
Honestly, it was kind of impressive. That's some expert level prediction on Sen's part. Though I guess he screwed it up somehow because Beth is still with us.
Sen misjudged me, I think. He doesn't know what it's like to have a grandmother's intuition.
Whatever that means. I dare him to try that shit with me. If he thinks he's clever enough to toy with me like that, he's got another thing coming. I don't know if I'd go around saying that. Whatever. Scent doesn't scare me. Anyway, let's take 5. We'll head into the red door afterwards. Ray sat up. You going somewhere? Stretching my legs. That a crime? No, just... Oh, forget it.
It might seem like he's being reckless, but Ray's confidence is an asset. Trust me.
If you say so.
Say, I need to talk to Ather and Lisa for a sec. You don't mind, do you, Beth?
Bored of talking to me already?
No, I just...
Oh, I'm only teasing. Go on. Feel free to send Lisa my way if you want to speak to Ather in private.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. You two in the middle of something important?
Not at all. Have a seat. What about you, then? What do you do when you aren't busy getting kidnapped? Let's see. I like solitaire, hearts... Lots of card games, actually. Nothing as cool as poker, just family games mostly. I've got an old pinball machine I like to play, and I absolutely love to skate. Ooh, and of course I love to read. Fiction or non-fiction, if it's interesting, I'll read it.
Do you read very much, Lisa?
I read what I can. Not as much as the two of you, I'm sure.
Nothing wrong with that. We're pretty bookish.
Okay.
So, what else do you do in your spare time?
Seriously? Ather just asked me this. Why all of a sudden fascination with me, huh?
I'm just trying to be friendly. You saved my life back there. I want to get to know you better.
Well, I like to play online poker, but I think I've mentioned that already. I like to go swimming. When it's nice out, I like visiting the beach. I've been taking self-defense and martial arts courses ever since I was little, and I spend a lot of my free time listening to music. Who doesn't? What kind of music do you like, Lisa? Oh, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. If I had to guess, K-pop? And maybe a little hip-hop, too. It's really that obvious, huh? Is it the way I dress?
Ather giggled.
I'm pretty good at this kind of thing.
What about work? Do you have a part-time job?
No job right now, but I do spend a lot of time going through my father's archives.
Archives?
His company archives. I'm the heiress to the company, so it's important that I know what we've been up to over the years. Important clients, big transactions, that kind of thing.
Huh. That's very responsible of you. I'm impressed.
I'm sure you'll do your father proud. Thanks.
Lisa rose from her seat, a pink glow creeping into her cheeks.
Okay, so do you guys have anything useful to ask me? Or is sticking your noses into my personal life fun for you?
Hold up. There is a reason I wanted to talk to the both of you. My contact Sean thinks he's being followed. Tell your contacts to watch their backs, just in case.
What about Beth and Ray? You going to tell them about this?
Beth's Gemini is broken, and Ray doesn't seem to care much about his contact. Try to get through to him, though.
Okay, thanks for the heads up, Ink. Yeah, I'll pass it on.
Gemini in hand, Lisa backed away from the table. Decided to make a friend?
She looked lonely.
Okay, boys and girls. Let's get moving. Ray waited until he had everyone's attention, then darted through the red door. The remaining contestants joined him at their own pace. Wait a minute. Ink scratched his head. Haven't we already been in this room?
Almost. This room is inverted and the colors are different. But you're right. It's almost identical to the first room when you stepped through the green door. Scent has a uniquely lazy approach to the interior design. I'll say, but at the same time, it's a little eerie.
Puzzle's right over there. It's already on, so we can start working on it right away. Yeah, let's do it.
Say, what's that note next to the monitor? Let's see.
Ather tore the note off the wall and scanned it.
It's the clue for this puzzle. It's longer than the usual, so I guess Scent opted for a note. Could you read it out loud for us? This is the body of John Doe. Tragically, John was diagnosed with a disease that prevents him from moving unless the left and right halves of his body are perfectly balanced. John's dream is to walk around like a normal human. Rearrange the limbs provided to make that possible. That's all. I guess I'll hold on to the note in case anyone wants to reread it.
Weird. Let's give her a go. Alright. Yeah, that was too much to hope for. What about just removing all the limbs? Yeah, that would have been too simple. Alright, time to start talking to people.
What a strange clue. As far as I can recall, this is the longest one we've gotten yet.
Missing apostrophe? Yeah, it's its own little story, isn't it? Or John has a rough.
You don't suppose there's actually a medical condition like his, do you?
Nah, I'm pretty sure that was just made up for the sake of this puzzle. I guess apostrophes don't exist anymore.
Right, sorry. That was a dumb question.
Hey, there are no dumb questions, especially right now. Exit Corners has me asking myself some pretty silly questions. I'm trying not to discount any possibility right now.
I feel the same way.
Anyway, as always, I'm sure there's more to this puzzle than what meets the eye. There's probably a hidden meaning in that clue somewhere.
There may be several. It's longer than the norm, and there's probably a reason for that. Do you remember how it goes?
I think so.
I got the note in case you want me to read it to you again.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Then just go through this. Hey, would you mind reading off that clue again?
Sure.
Blurp. Cool, thanks. Alright. So we got 39, 8.1, 44. Alright, so they have to be in these slots, definitely. Arrange them by number here. Arrange them by number up here. Arrange them by number over here. And arrange them by number right over here. Okay, so we got a range of 1 here, a range of 6 here, a range of 4 here, and a range of 43 here. So, 14 plus 7.5, the difference between that and 8.8 plus that is no more than like 7. So, the range here is like 4, so anything that's more than 8 away from here, or away from this, is impossible, so it has to be like 15 to 14 would be 6. Wait, what? The heaviest one here. Okay, that's 21.6, 15, plus that. That's still 23. It is impossible to do with all of these. And that ends with a 0.05, which means that wouldn't balance with anything at all, so only logical solution is that these don't actually go on. Got it. Okay, Ray. So we just gotta balance this guy's left and right sides? I think so. Just don't forget that most puzzles have tricks to them. Most, but not all. There are a few exceptions. You're good at math, right? I'm better when I have not been pestered by other people. Sorry. But you should be able to figure this out, right? Yeah, shouldn't take me too long. Check back in a few minutes and I'll probably have an answer for you. So, under the assumption that these don't actually matter, let's see if I can balance these things. Put a 19 here. That ends in 0.1. So, 6... No, that... Dang it. Dang it. There we go. Need a 0.2 for that, so no. Need a 0.3 for this, so maybe. 8 plus 7 is only 13, so no. So, let's try a different number. Okay, 14 plus that is 21. This plus that is 18.9, so no. Or 19.9. 17.5. 17.4. Wait. 17.3. Easy. Any thoughts on the clue?
My thoughts? Sense is a poor storyteller.
Really? I thought that John's plight was pretty moving. First he's born with that weird asymmetrical muscle binding syndrome. Then he's given limbs of all different weights. Oh, what cruel fate. Oh, what tragedy.
Oh, shut up!
Seriously though, what's going on in the puzzle? Is he just laying down in a room with a bunch of dismembered arms and legs on the floor? Are they all alive? Is he awake while his arms and legs are being switched out?
You know, I think you're looking into this a teeny bit too much.
I'm teasing.
Anyway, it should be pretty obvious that there's some sort of trick here, especially with a clue that long. I can't think of anything at the moment though.
If you ever want to hear the clue again, Ather's the one with the note. She'll show it to you if you ask.
I just might do that. Hey, Ink.
Yeah? Find out anything interesting?
Possibly. The last little bit stands out to me as odd. John's dream is to walk around like a normal human. I feel like the wording on that is a little peculiar.
Now that you mention it, yeah, it is a little weird.
Specifically, what bothers me is the use of the word walk. You'd think you would say, all John wants is to be normal, or maybe give John equally balanced arms and legs. This leads me to believe that the act of walking is somehow important.
That's pretty observant of you, Lisa. Nice job.
Why, thank you.
So, walking is important, huh?
Well, it might be. We can't say for sure yet. Let's say walking is important, though. What can we then do to ensure that John is walking?
We could give him legs? I don't know. What? Why is she staring at me like that? Did I say something?
You're right. You need legs to walk, right?
I'm going to go with yes on that one. Very insightful.
Don't make fun of me. I'm onto something here.
Okay, I'm listening.
You need legs to walk, but you don't need arms, do you? I mean, they help, but you don't need them. Not really.
You've got a point. Arms help you keep balance, but given John's messed up limb weights, that's probably a moot point.
So maybe the answer doesn't require you to add any arms, or maybe you only need to add one arm.
I'll remember that. So you're saying that we should consider not adding any arms or only adding one arm to John's body?
Well, that was my first impression. That might not necessarily be it. Just keep it in mind, okay?
Of course. Any thoughts, Beth?
Not so far, no. I think I might have mentioned that I'm rather poor at math problems.
That's alright. I'm pretty sure Ray makes up for our lack of math prowess.
That may be true, but I'm not going to stand around waiting for him to solve it for us. I told you that I'd help with the puzzles, and that's exactly what I aim to do.
Of course. Let's both do our best, for everyone's sake.
This is rather difficult, isn't it? All of the limb weights strike me as bizarre.
I don't think they're meant to be indicative of any real weighting system. They're just weighted for the sake of the puzzle.
Oh, I know that. It seems that the black pieces are the lightest, followed by the blue pieces, followed by the green pieces. The red pieces seem to be a mixed bag. I feel like the red pieces are the key to solving this puzzle.
Yeah, maybe.
Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that anything but a red piece will fit in John's left arm.
It could be his right arm. We can't really tell which way he's facing.
I don't think that's important.
Just saying.
The red pieces seem so out of place. I feel like the puzzle would be much easier if they weren't part of the picture.
I'm inclined to agree. I wonder. How are things coming along? Figure out the combination yet? No. Something strange. These numbers aren't working. I've noticed that the black pieces are all lighter than the blue pieces, which are all lighter than the green pieces, but the red pieces are all over the place. Yeah, that's what's bugging me. Some of the red pieces are way too heavy to consider, so we can pretty safely eliminate 20, 44, and 37.9 as potential candidates. I guess that leaves 8.1 and 1.05. Right. But I haven't found a combination that works with either of those yet. Have you tried every possible combination? Not quite yet, but I'm getting close. Let me know when you do. You just gonna twiddle your thumbs until then? No, I'm gonna try from another angle. I'm not that helpless. Also, I already solved it. Ah, damn it. Something the matter? I've gone through every possible combination and I don't think any of them are going to work. I haven't seen you touch the screen at all. I've been going through them in my head. It's faster that way. Maybe you messed up a calculation by accident. Maybe. I guess I'll have another look. Any new revelations? No. I keep going through the different combinations, but nothing's working. There might be something we're missing, you know. Maybe. I just keep getting so close. I can't help but think I screwed up my mental math. Let me just try this for a little bit longer before I change my strategy. Maybe I should look elsewhere for advice. Dip. What? How is that the answer?
It makes sense to me. The clue mentions walking, and you don't need arms to do that.
That's horseshit. You're a nurse. You should know that your arms help you keep balance.
Well, given the clue, John Doe only needed the right and left side of his body to be equal in weight. The only way that's possible given the pieces is if we leave out his arm.
I guess. Fuck, that's dumb. When the clue said that he wanted to walk around like a normal human, I wasn't exactly expecting John over here to be a slot machine.
So just because he's missing an arm, he's not a normal human anymore?
Hey, you gotta draw the line somewhere. The way I see it, having 2 arms and 2 legs is the standard. Anything less, well...
So everyone with a disability is substandard, is that it?
Jeez, don't put words in my mouth. But come on, it's hard enough to find work as it is. John's gonna be unemployed for a long time. Not to mention he's going to be single forever.
I can't believe I actually waste my breath talking to you.
A furious Lisa turned her back on the group and whipped out her Gemini. But hey, at least he can still masturbate. Not all was lost, huh?
Ray, you're being incredibly insensitive.
I'm just having a laugh. No need to get all worked up.
I want you to go apologize to Lisa.
Since when do you care so much? She'll get over it. Stop looking at me like that. I'm just gonna move on to the next puzzle, okay? Come join me when you guys can take a joke. Sheesh. Ather kept her voice low as Ray sauntered off.
That wasn't stellar. Ugh, how can anyone be that stupid? I'm sorry for how Ray was acting. It's not you that needs to be sorry. Do you have somebody close to you with a disability, Lisa?
How have you guys not noticed that she's, like, dyslexic or something all by now?
Something like that. Oh, is that so? Who?
Don't you guys think you're being a little invasive right now?
Ah, right. My apologies, Lisa. It's fine. I shouldn't be acting this way in the first place. Exit Corners has me stressed out of my mind, that's all. Some game this is. What do you mean by that? Games are supposed to be fun, aren't they? If it isn't fun, then I don't think it can be called a game. I don't think that's quite right. Not all games are meant to be fun.
Like hearts.
Then those aren't games. How else would you define a game? Choice.
Choice?
The act of choosing is what separates a game from any other activity. I can choose what to have for breakfast in the morning, but that doesn't make it a game. It's tough to put into words.
This kind of reminds me of something Ray told me earlier. He said, it's not a game if you can't win.
And do you agree with him?
You're all overthinking this. Whether or not Exit Corners could be classified a game, I'd sooner play through it than contemplate its validity.
Well said. I'm inclined to agree. Oh, well, okay. Let's keep playing then.
The four of them neared the door, but just as Lisa went to pull its handle, Ray opened it from the other side. Time froze as he and Lisa locked eyes.
What do you want?
I forgot something in the other room. Listen, if I apologize for what I said earlier, will you stop giving me that look?
Maybe.
Then, I'm sorry, alright? Lisa said nothing. Ray coughed up a rueful sigh. I'm not gonna say it twice, okay? Will you let me through? Taking the tiniest stuffed step to the left, Lisa let him pass. Ray squeezed by her, then made his way back through the bureau and into the main hall. It's unlike Ray to double back like that. I wonder.
I'm glad the two of you made up as quickly as you did. Friendship plus plus. We're not friends. He was in the wrong and he knew it. That's all.
There's something I need to ask Ray. You girls go on ahead. Not waiting for a reply, Ink decided to poke his head back into the central hall. Ink opened the door and crept through. There he found Ray, back turned, hunched over one of the tables. What are you still doing here? Ray swiveled where he stood and stuffed his hand into his pocket, confirming Ink's suspicions. Yeah, don't sneak up on me like that. Did you find what it is you were looking for? Yeah, I did. Ink knew what it was Ray had lost, but hesitated to bring it up. He shifted gears. That's not shifting gears at all. Why is that even an option? Why the change of heart toward Lisa? Ink was positive that Ray had been using his Gemini behind everyone's backs, but this probably wasn't the right time to bring it up. I don't know what you're talking about. You apologized to her. I hadn't been expecting that. Oh, that. You don't need to explain yourself if you don't want to. I just wanted to say that I think you did the right thing by apologizing. I want her to be able to help me if I need it, and she's not going to do that if she hates me. Oh, there was me thinking that maybe you'd had some respect for her. She's not the worst, I guess. Got a good head on her shoulders, you know? And she fished all three of you out of that garden back there. I mean, it was just laughing gas in there. That did take some guts. It goes without saying that you don't want me to repeat a word of this to her. Attaboy. I won't hear the end of it. Oh, and one more thing. Ray. Yeah? My contact thinks he's being followed. You might want to tell yours to watch their back. I'll think about it. Just wanted you to know. Let's head back then. Wouldn't want the rest of them to think something's happened to us. Okay, let's move. Once again, Ink found himself in one of the Four Elements sterile hallways. The monitor's blank. I guess the puzzle's in one of these adjoining rooms, just like before. Let's try this door, I guess. Turning the corner, he ran headfirst into Beth. Whoa, sorry.
That's quite all right, dear. I'm afraid I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, either. I was on my way to fetch you and Ray.
Ink only then noticed that Ray wasn't with him. Why hadn't he followed behind?
The puzzle's at the back. We're trying to figure out how...
Motherfucker! Ink flinched as Ray's voice boomed through the hotel walls. He ran back into the hallway to see what was wrong. Sheesh, it was like 2 minutes. In between, him going to get the Gemini and Ink telling him about him being followed, his contact was kidnapped. Sheesh. Not seeing any evidence to, point against the whole AI thing, though. If the, original version of Beth was choosing to die, then whoever created the program could just implement a version of Beth after that room that made the opposite choice until, well, they have a series of characters who had made a series of AI who had made it through their test bed. That would also explain why but Ink refused to listen back a couple chapters ago. Anyway, that was this week's Exit Corners.